episode here on Euro Truck Simulator. So what are we up to today? Well, today we are driving to Southampton, I do believe. Wrong way.
Turn left.
Alright, turn left. Oh, you're not going to stop, are you? I mean, you could see I was coming out, mind you are French. Surprised you're not asleep yet. Anyway, that's just offended half of YouTube, most probably. Are you gonna stop? You're gonna have no choice, right? That's it. We're out. Trying not to chop the front of that car off. Oh no, we're going straight over. Laggy there for some reason. Anyway, hopefully.
Go straight on.
Yes, I will. So how you all doing then? Hope you're all well. All having a good day.
Turn left.
My day is not going too bad, thank you. Trying to drive and commentate is apparently not that easy. But we will just keep creeping. Yeah, go on then, keep going. No, you're joking me, aren't you? I bet you want to come down here, don't you? Bet you. For goodness sake. Sorry. I don't keep driving. Well, that all went Pete-tong, didn't it? Anyway, where were we? Yes, so today we are still busy trying to get our company up and running, so we're still doing okay. Considering your lights and sirens were not on, that's just not very good, is it? It's because I slacked them off earlier, that's why. Anyway, what an introduction to this video.
Get ready to turn right.
To be fair, mate, I'm ready for anything now. I mean, there was clearly my right of way, and we just decided that we were gonna just pull out on me anyway. Well, never mind. Anyway, as I was saying before, I was rudely interrupted by the fire service. Yeah, so we are still doing jobs for everyone else, trying to get enough money for our own lorry, which we are very nearly at now. We're not too far out. Nice, 6,000, yeah, so we're not too bad. We could buy a used one, but you're just buying someone else's problem, so I'm saving up the money for a new one, and then once we get a new lorry, we'll be up and away. So yeah, it's going to be pretty good, I do believe. Well, I hope anyway. But yeah, so as I say, hope you're all well. Thanks for joining me on this episode, and the first episode didn't go too bad. Yeah, whoa, don't just slam your brakes on in your nice whatever that car that is. So as I said, I don't know if I said now because a lot's happened in the sort of 3 minutes that I've started this episode. But I'm going to Southampton. I think if I remember correctly, I'm carrying fertiliser. Right, and then we need to. We're still going left, are we? Okay. Yeah. So as I say, we're off to Southampton, and I'll turn that off for a second, just because I don't know about you, but the ticking is getting on my nervies. All right, nothing coming, so we can just pull out. And let's carry on. How long we got? We got 3 hours, 167 miles. If I sometimes sort of hesitate when I'm reading, it's because I've got cataracts and sometimes the screen goes quite blurry, which is it's not good for when you're playing a driving game. It's just the screen that it does it with, though. Actually, general real life, when I'm sort of driving or out and about, it doesn't go blurry, but TV screens do sometimes go a little bit blurry. So that's sometimes why if I'm sort of trying to read something, I sort of either pause or hesitate, is because it's just gone blurry for a second. I'm kind of waiting for my eyes to refocus.
Keep right, and then exit right.
I think we're going that way. Yeah, you would want to come up there, wouldn't you?
Exit
No,
right.
we're definitely going left. Oh, we're going left and then right. No, we're going right and then left. Honestly, I know what I'm doing. So I didn't know whether or not I was going to get in trouble for having Morgan Freeman's voice as my sat-nav. So I've gone for Doug.
Get ready to turn right.
Hopefully that way I won't get in trouble. I would hate
Turn
to
right.
think that someone as a representative of Morgan Freeman would hear this and go, well, actually, if you want to use his voice in your video, you've got to pay us £903 billion or something, you know. So I thought if I go for good old Doug, he doesn't even exist, so can't get wrong for him, surely. But yeah, anyway, we're going to get onto the train in a second. And for useless information, I've just bitten the side of my mouth and my lips. And that is quite sore. Whoa, nearly. Alright, we'll get on the train. Once we get onto the train, we'll be nearly in Southampton. I'll do the first job jibber-jabbering, and then we'll see where we're going thereafter. Like I say, I want to try and get... Whoa, stop! Want to try today and get the new company started. That's the...
Never mind. I'll find a new route.
That's the plan. And if you're wondering why I do have the sat-nav on,
Recomputing.
it's just because sometimes I don't hear properly, or I get so engrossed in sort of watching the traffic in front that I forget to look at the little map bottom right, and then I miss my turnings. And as anyone that watches any of my videos and series know, that when driving and directions is involved, Mr. Jimmy D tends to get lost quite a lot. I've told you before about how the first couple of times I went to what is now my ex's, but I went to hers, and when are they going to open them? But yeah, the first few times I went to hers, I got hideously lost, and it's so easy to get to hers. It was like literally on the A47, left, right, left, at hers. It's literally every first road you came to, you were turning down it, and then you was sort of basically outside her front door. That's not exactly quite how to get there, but you get the gist of how straightforward and simple it was. Why on earth have you let copper? Oh, wrong way. Right, there is a car coming there, but I think he'll stop. So I've kind of got me steering and me Cytec and stuff set up for it, but it's still not perfect. It's still not as I would like it. We will just pull out. Alright, is he going to let us out? Is he going to be good? Is he going to flash? Is he going to flash? Is he going to flash? He's a Volvo driver, he should do. Thank you! Whoop, 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 mind the barrier. Right, we'll carry on our merry little way. So yeah, Southampton with the fertiliser, get that dropped off, and then how long we got? 2 hours 21 minutes, not long, and then
go straight on.
Be another step nearer. Excuse me. Be another step nearer to getting our own truck and getting our company up and running. I don't know whether I'm going to have my own trailer or not. I'm not too sure yet. I think for now I'm just going to keep doing as many different loads as possible by just picking up their trailers and building up XP, building up levels, building up, you know, sort of all of that good stuff. Once we get to a good level where we've unlocked most things, then I'll probably switch over to a low loader, because although the company itself can pretty much haul anything, I want to be sort of low loadering, so I want to be doing vehicles, boats, helicopters, trains, stuff like that, sort of heavy haulage, and try and specialise in that a little bit if we can. So that's sort of my plan for the future. Just a quick question for anyone that is watching this video. Am I able to change my company name after I've made it, or would I have to start a new profile? Because if I have to start a new profile, if you could let me know in the comments on this video, then I can get that done offline. I can do that off camera and get back to the position where we are now, and then because I've it's always the case with me, but it was only sort of kind of after I did the first video and I was editing it, and I thought, oh darn it, that would have been a really funny company name for our business, and there's a truck that would fit that name perfectly. So yeah, if I'm able to change it, I have had a look myself. I can't see an option for it, or I just can't see where to do it. But if you could let me know in the comments, that would be fantastic. But if you can't, if you could also let me know on, as I say, on this episode, because then I can restart and I can I'm not too far in, so it will probably only take me like half a day or something to catch up, which as I say, with a sort of a few days sort of spare, because I'm just going to release Euro Truck on a Monday, so there'll be a day when I get both of my videos done quite early, and I'll be able to then just spend the sort of rest of that day catching this up, so that when we come back we're in the same position that we were when we left it today, if any of that makes sense. It makes sense in my head, but then I'm not really normal, so I'm a bit close to the barrier there, and I've just noticed I'm in the outside lane as well, so we'll move over. That is a real pet hate of mine when I'm sort of, I don't tend to travel too much on sort of busy roads. I'm a confident driver in the sense that as long as I know where I'm going, I'll happily drive there, but I'm usually quite reluctant to try and drive anywhere new. There's a few places that I would like to go, sort of next year, even this year. I was sort of kind of thinking about going to these places, and I just sort of kind of didn't really have the confidence to drive there. But if I know where I'm going, I'll sort of drive, but I don't tend to drive. I don't think I've ever driven on a motorway. I think the biggest road I've probably ever driven on is from sort of quick memory would be the A1, I think, and that was going from Peterborough to Nottingham, when I took a wrong turn in, and because from where I live it's quicker to cut through Bourne and head to Grantham and go that way, but I think I got to Sleaford and then took a wrong turn in, ended up in going back towards Bourne. From Bourne I ended up going to Peterborough, and then from Peterborough joining the A1, and then going to Nottingham.
Go straight on.
As I say, me and directions are not that great. I think it's because I get panicky, and then when I get panicky I make rash decisions, and that's why I won't drive sort of anywhere where there's really big roads, because you can't afford on a motorway to make rash decisions, because there's a lot of people that are at stake, and I certainly don't want to be responsible for hurting no one. And I think also in life as well, it's important to understand your limitations. It's important to be realistic. Not all of us can do everything, and sort of then, in my mind, it's a case of sort of don't set myself up to fail sort of thing. It appears we've got a little bit of a roadblock going on at the moment, and it also appears that I'm getting very close to that barrier again. But the trouble is, he's not really quick enough, because if he decides to slow down, I'm in trouble. but we ain't getting past, that's the thing. He is just a little bit quicker for now than us. We're on the M27 at the moment, so you know. But yeah, so I have been on motorways. So when I was a kid, we used to catch the bus to London. When I used to have my hospital appointments at Great Ormond Street, we used to catch the bus from Spalding bus station up to London. Used to go on Elsie's buses. I don't know if anyone local to me is watching these videos, but I don't know whether you can remember Elsie's buses. They're out. I don't think they're in business anymore. I might be wrong on that. They might well be. If they are, I do apologise. But yeah, so we can't be voting because there's a car just going up the inside. If I put the indicator on, are you going to let us over, son? No. No, I'm just going to sit in the most awkwardest spot ever. So I'm going to have to cut you up. I do apologise. Yeah, so as I say, there are. I don't know whether they're in business or not, but that's what we used to do. We used to go from Spalding bus station to London, to Battersea Power Station, and then from there we'd get a taxi to Great Ormond Street. Sometimes we'd walk, which back in those days I was capable of doing, but I don't think I'd manage it today, if I'm honest. As I say, recently, so not last year but the year before, went to Scotland, so I'm going to need to turn off here.
Keep left.
Yeah, we went to Scotland, so we went on obviously a lot of motorways then. I don't know what motorways we went on, but obviously we sort of passed Leeds up to Newcastle, Carlisle. I'm not as far around as Carlisle, but heading that way, heading north. We went to the Angel of the North as well while we were there, while we were on the way there. That was magnificent. That was absolutely, loved that. Said to my ex, I said, when we go to Scotland, I said, we'll have to pass through Newcastle. She was like, no we won't. She goes, that's down south. I said, no darling, I said, Newcastle's up north. And she's like, bearing in mind she was driving, so I said, no, I said, it's up north. I said, and we're that's where we're going, sort of thing. Like I said, we're going up north. I said to Scotland. She said, yeah, I know Scotland's up north. She said, but Newcastle's down south. I said, no, Newcastle is up north. I said, stop arguing with me. I know where Newcastle is. I said, I'm fairly good at geography. I can't maybe get myself to places, but I know where places are. I said, I know where they are. I just can't necessarily get to them. So, anyway, once we'd established, and I had to prove via Google that
at the
Newcastle was up
roundabout,
north,
take
I said
the
I want
second
to go
exit.
to the Angel of the North. What's that? I said, oh, it's just a big statue that stands on a hill. I said, and I'd really like to go there. She goes, well, that sounds boring. But anyway, we went. She looked it up online and went, oh, that's quite interesting actually. And we went there, and it was magnificent. It really was magnificent. And I nearly ruined the holiday there actually, because we were going to Scotland. We were going to Loch, I don't know how you pronounce it, but this is how I pronounce it. We were going to Loch Goilhead, and we, as I say, we stopped off at the Angel of the North.
Exit now.
And I can't remember what the joke was now, but
Keep left.
really,
Then turn left.
in real life, not on YouTube, but in real
Turn
life,
left.
I'm a bit sort of kind of Ricky Gervais, Frankie Boyle kind of person.
We
I
are
literally
finished.
just say what I think, or say what what I'm thinking as I see it, or whatever. And so she said something, or someone else said something, and of course I instantly replied with a joke, and she was absolutely mortified. I mean, it always made me laugh, that when I sort of said a joke out in public and that, she would get quite upset by it, and not like it. Yeah, and not like it. But some of the choice languages that she would use, you know, in a shop full of people, and I used to sort of think, you know, pot kettle, darling, pot kettle. But yeah, so I nearly ruined the holiday there, because I responded to something, and I'm sure, if I remember correctly, I've got to sort out the lean out of the window button, because that is not easy to reverse like that. That is not easy to reverse. So that'll be another thing that I have to change, because I can't have that, because I can't see where my trailer is. I can't, that's really tough to do that. Anyway, it looks like we're going to manage it. So that's that one done. Excellent. Well, it wasn't really, was it? Because I crashed a couple of times, didn't I? Let's be honest with the people that are watching this video. I crashed a couple of times, so it wasn't excellent. Skill points, unassigned skill points 1. I don't know. We'll have that one then, shall we? Fabulous. Didn't really see the point of that, but anyway. Oh, we have got special cargo delivery, so we will go for the pretty orange cab. What we high-tech devices. Are we allowed to take the job? Are we experienced enough? We are. Yeah, we'll do a special transport then. It's been a very, very long time since. Oh dear, that's not going to be straightforward. It's been a very long time since I've done one of these. I know you get escort vehicles, but yeah, it's been a little while. But anyway. Yeah, can I quit this, because I don't really want to keep going round and round and round a bleeding lorry.
Time to get the job done.
It is. Let's put the flashers on.
Turn right.
Turn which way? That way, James. It's moved the little screen. It confused me because I kind of looked to the bottom right and it was like,
at
oh,
the
where's the
roundabout,
screen?
take the first exit.
The first exit, so everything should be held up, so we shouldn't need to worry too much about stuff pulling out in front of us. Now, as I remember, we need to stick as near to the middle of the road as possible to block everything, but far enough on the left so that he doesn't get stuff with me. But yeah, we'll see. So it says it's going to take 2 hours. I think they end up taking longer than what they predict, don't they? Because he's quite slow. But anyway, let's keep it nice and steady down the middle. Get the job done. Everyone go home safe for their tea, right? It's been, as I say, it's been a while since I've done these. But yeah, I definitely need to get that leaning out the window button sorted, because that is not on. I can't do that. It's hard, isn't it? Again, it's the same with Farming Sim Euro Truck. The depth perception on this game is not all that great. Come on, mate. Keep moving. There's no one around us, look. We can just crack on here a bit. Oh, changing lane manoeuvre coming up. Go on, I'll hold the traffic up. You're supposed to be doing it for me, but look, I'll block the traffic. Right, so we still need to really stay in the middle. We'll let go of the accelerator because we're going downhill at the moment.
Keep right, and then continue straight on.
Oh. Keep right and then go straight on. Oh, I see.
Go straight on.
Yeah, I was gonna, son. bit of a sort of more chatty video today, just because I haven't got a great deal of time to do the video properly today. But as I say, I do like to try and keep doing at least 1 to 2 videos a day, just to keep my schedule well in advance. We're on the M25. Go on then. Yeah, just to keep the schedule up and running. You know, and keep that keep it ahead of where we're at. So as I say, I've got a bit of real life stuff to do today, so it's cut down my the amount of time that I can record for. So yes. But yeah, so no, when we went to Scotland, as I say, once I'd convinced her that you know, Newcastle was up north, it is between the cargo vehicles we're talking about. Not my fault if the one behind hasn't moved over, is it? But yeah, so we, as I say, we went there, but you know, Big Gobby nearly ruined
Keep
the
right,
holiday.
and then continue straight on.
So the thing was with her, that if you upset her,
Go straight on.
she wouldn't speak to you for, well, she kind of decided as and when she wanted to re-speak to you. So sometimes it could be within a few hours, and most of the time it was in a few days. And then a couple of times I had where she didn't speak to me for like getting on for a week, which I just find absolutely and utterly pathetic. And it used to do my head in. And I used to find as well, which, you know, I used to get a little bit petty too then, because I would then just go, "Hello love, how are you?" "Oh, I'm very well, James, thank you very much." "Yes, how are you?" "Oh, I'm very well, thank you." And that used to wind her up even more, and then there would be even longer then before she would speak to me. But yeah, luckily on the trip it was just a couple of hours
and then
that
continue
time, I
straight
think.
on.
Being the first day of the holiday, and the fact that
Go straight on.
there was a lot to see, you know, that sort of neither of us had ever seen before, kind of, and I just kept talking normally, literally just kept talking, and eventually, as I say, she broke and started talking to me again, which was a bit of a relief, because like I say, I've thought there for a little while that I'd ruined the holiday for myself more than anything, because I can't stand silence. If you've got a problem with me, or a problem with what I've said, tell me. You know, I did apologise for what I said, because I realised she wasn't happy. Because you know, she let me know, but by going silent, you know, so I realised she wasn't happy. So once I kind of realised what had happened, I did apologise for it. I said, "Well, I'm sorry for what I said. It was, you know, meant to be a little bit of a joke." And then all I got was, "You're effing, well, not effing funny, so I don't know why you're even saying these things." Which, you know, I just sort of thought, yeah, but it's because I've got a sense of humour and you haven't. And that genuinely was the case, that she was devoid of sense of humour.
Keep right.
And then she go, "No, I'm
then
not, I just don't find
continue
you
straight on.
funny." And it's like, well, you know, that's fine, that's fair enough. But you know, we are we crossing the road then? You know, I mean, it might be an idea, mightn't it? Because I can't go
straight
down
on.
there. I literally can't go down there, mate, so you're going to have to move over. Were we waiting for slow coach again, or? I'm not sure what was going on there, people. But anyway, we'll get this delivery done, and then we'll call that it for this video, for this episode. Just because, as I say, time is short today. So I've got stuff to do. Still suffering a little bit from my, well, I'm not sure if it's a tummy bug or whether I've just got kind of a virusy thing in general, or whether I have got a touch of food poisoning or something, because I'm still not right. But there we go. It's winter time. What do you expect? There's 1,000,010 things going around at the moment, so. And I see I don't do the news or have any of the news channels or anything like that on. I tend to just sort of avoid all of it. I quite liked, up until the last few months, I quite liked Quora Digest. They were like emails that I used to get, and people would pose questions. And other people would answer those questions, and they were, some were really interesting, some were history, sort of history related, some were really interesting, some, not so. But now literally every single post on there is, when's Putin going to start World War III? When's World War III going to start? What happens if I get nuked?
Keep right.
I mean,
and then
that's
continue
fairly
straight
obvious,
on.
isn't it? I was talking to a guy the other day who is also into history and wars and stuff like that, and he was saying to me, he said, like, I've been studying the Falklands War. So I said, okay. So he said, you want to go to the War Museum in London? So he said, have you been? I said, no, I haven't been. He said, yeah. He said, I've been online. I've been to the the War Museum and done like bits and pieces, and been some other places and what have you. And I said, like, oh, it's a pity you didn't tell me before you went. I'd have been quite interested to go with you, like. And he said, yeah, that'd have been great. It'd have been nice to have had someone to go with. Anyway, so he's sort of telling me, and he's going, yeah. He goes, there's a lot of controversy. He said, do you know the ship, the Belgrano? So I said, yeah. I said, that's the Argentinian ship that we sank. So he said, yeah, that's right. He said, he said, there's a big debate about which way it was facing. I said, well, HMS Invincible put 2 bloody great big torpedoes in it. Down springs to mind. And he just kind of looked at me. It's kind of like, and he laughed, and then he goes, that wasn't what I meant. I went, no, clearly. I said, but I just thought that was a funny thing to say. And he was like, but people died on there. So don't worry about it. So Jesus. But I just thought that was a really witty kind of, sort of instant thing to kind of come up with and say, I can't remember if it was HMS Victory or HMS Illustrious that put the torpedoes in. I might have even got that wrong. But it like literally came to my head, so I just thought I'd sort of say it. And yeah, he was. I mean, afterwards, a day or so later, we were sort of talking, and he goes, actually that torpedo joke that you said, he said that was quite funny. That was. He said after I thought about it, he said I thought you was taking a mick out of me a little bit. I said nah. I said. I said, you wondered which way it was facing. I said, the fact that it had been, 2 bloody great torpedoes put in it, I said, just I thought down springs to mind. But anyway, that's just my. How long we got? 35 minutes. Thank goodness. I don't know whether the microphone's picking it up. I have closed the room window because I do like the window open. I like the so. Obviously I live with my mum, but I'd sort of sit most of the day in the living room by myself. Well, I like the room to be really, really cold, because that kind of helps me and my heart and my symptoms and stuff if I'm really cold. So I like it really, really cold, as I say, but I've had to close the window because the RAF are training today, and I sort of went out a little bit earlier with my binoculars. My binoculars,
keep left,
I like to call them.
And then continue straight on.
And whoa, we're going downhill. And yeah, so I like to go out there, and I went out there and looked at them. And
go straight on.
A couple of the planes that I saw, because they're quite low at the moment. A couple of them were American ones that were flying in formation with a couple of British ones. Which was quite nice to see. It would be nice if I had a high-powered lens camera that I'd be able, with a fast enough shutter speed that I'd be able to take a picture of them. But I don't have that sort of money. And then, and in my head now, I can hear my brother going, "Oh, that's why you need to get an iPhone." But yeah, I'd still not visited that part of technology yet. You know, I should do really. It would make my life so much easier, and I would be able to record in decent quality when I go out and about. You know, because I do see like tractors and stuff in you know, out, because I live in the countryside, you know, in the fields and what have you. I mean, like at the moment, not too far from where I live, the farm that I worked on, the second farm, they're currently potato harvesting not too far away. But I've just got nothing to record it with, you know, which is a real shame, because I'd like to go out there and get a bit of recording of them and what have you. And you know, the first farm that I worked on very often says, you know, I watch your YouTube channel, you know, why don't you come and film us for a bit? And I was like, oh, I've got nothing to film you with. That's the problem. The phone that I've got, it literally texts and rings. It doesn't have a camera or anything like that. It has got an alarm, which is good, but yeah, it hasn't got sort of much else really going for it. I tell you I know it's a bit paranoid. I tell you the biggest reason why I haven't got an iPhone and why I'm reluctant is because I'm fairly certain that they're programmed, that they track everything that I would do on that phone, and they would be sending it, you know, back to government agencies and the FBI and everyone like that. And I may be very paranoid, and that may not be what's happening, but I'm just kind of like, you know, the more I can sort of kind of stay off grid, the better. You know, obviously I do YouTube. Obviously when I go out, you know, I realise there's 9 trillion cameras that are tracking my every movement. But you know, I don't know. Maybe I've just got to look past that and just get a bloody iPhone. It would make my life a lot easier. You know, I do concede that, but at what cost? In terms of, okay, we're going to be stuck in traffic, or are we going in here? No, we're going to be stuck in traffic. Police didn't do a very good job of keeping this place clear, did they? I would imagine in real life this load, it would be quite easy to sort of keep stopping and starting. You know, they should have shut the road off really just while we were coming through. I'm sure in real life they would have done. We had a
At the roundabout, take the second exit.
A power generator come through the other day. So the power station at Spalding had a couple of components, if you like, I guess, replaced. And overnight we had the massive, huge, great big long trailers. I don't know, they must be over 100 foot in length, trying to get around our narrow roads. It was quite a sight to see. Again, it would have been really cool because it was overnight to have recorded it and filmed it and put it up onto YouTube. It really would be good if I could do those things. But you know, we're just gonna sit here, or are we gonna? What, am I too close or something? Bit temperamental, isn't it? Jesus. The last 3 minutes of this trip have taken longer than the whole bleeding trip. Look at them all lined up on the starting grid.
Exit now.
The red lorry and the black lorry had a race. Right, we're here. Let me guess,
Keep
they blocked
right,
the bloody
and
entrance
then
up.
turn right.
For turning right. Let's get the indicator
Turn
on.
right.
Take it we're going down here. Wow, that's a big ship. That is a big ship.
It was a nice ride.
Not bad. Are we in? Not quite. Now we are. Right. It's alright. Terrible to do this, I know, whilst I'm recording, but can I not zoom out anymore? Like literally as far as you go. Alright, that's better. Brilliant. None of you saw that. Let's detach that and let's cash it in. There we go. Show results. I guess that's what we need, isn't it? Yeah, well done. How much money have we got now? 103,000. Anyway, what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave this episode here. Thanks ever so much for watching. I'm sorry it's not a sort of kind of full on where we do 4 or 5 different jobs because I time lapse it, but as I say, I've got real life things going on today, and I need to get them done, and and hopefully next episode we'll be back to normal. So yeah, just thanks everyone for watching. I have set up a new goal of 1,000 subscribers by April the 16th, which is my birthday. That would be absolutely fantastic if you could help me to hit that target. That would be absolutely awesome. And all that's left for me to say is thanks ever so much for watching this episode. I've really enjoyed having your company, and I can't wait to truck with you again sometime. Bye for now.